You're listening to the AstroMommy Daily Horoscope, a forecast that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. Whether you're a first-time listener or a long-time subscriber, thanks for being here. I truly appreciate you being in the AstroMommy community. Without further ado, here is the Daily Horoscope. The stupidly simple truth. The Sun and Mercury conjoined the South Node. Daily horoscope for Wednesday and Thursday, October 18th through the 19th, 2023. Good morning, friends. Well, here we are midweek with the Sun conjoining the South Node today, Mercury conjoining the South Node tomorrow, and then the Sun and Mercury conjoining each other on Friday, followed by each perfecting squares to Pluto and Capricorn on Friday and Saturday. This is a dynamic set of transits that can be pretty powerful. Today we will go over the astrology of Wednesday and Thursday, but be aware that Friday and Saturday are both a big deal and the pressure is building towards these transits. Okay, let's get into the astrology. All times are in Eastern Time unless otherwise mentioned. On Wednesday, the moon will be in Sagittarius all day, and by the time you are reading this, she will have already formed a square to Venus and made a semi-square and a sesquiquadrate to the nodes, as well as a semi-square to the Sun in Libra. Mercury will already have formed a semi-square to Venus as well, and the Sun will have perfected his conjunction to the South Node at 8:44 a.m. This is a lot to pack into Wednesday morning, but the most significant transit that I would like to focus on is the Sun's conjunction to the South Node in Libra. The Sun represents something constant and eternal, our life force, vitality, and health, our mission, purpose, ambitions, and the plot lines of our lives. The South Node in traditional astrology represents a decrease, for good or for bad, and in modern astrology indicates past knowledge, past lives, past lessons learned, or past karma that we are working with this lifetime. In Vedic astrology, the South Node is known as Ketu, the tail of the dragon, which according to legend was severed from the top of the body, Rahu, which contains the head but no stomach, and therefore has an insatiable hunger. But for the sake of this post, we are going to focus primarily on the traditional and modern understandings of the nodes. With the conjunction of the Sun to the South Node, I feel like this indicates knowledge from the past coming back, as well as a feeling of release of the old way of doing things or the old way of balancing things out. One of my astrology teachers, Michael A. Bryan, described the South Node as a drain. And what is a drain anyway? It has two meanings. As a noun, it is an opening where things go down and out of our lives. Water goes down the drain. Other liquids, sometimes solids, sometimes hair, sometimes chemicals, sometimes precious things that slip off our fingers. The drain itself is not good nor bad. It's our subjective opinion of what went down the drain that assigns the meaning or the feeling. As a verb, to drain, it takes on a different meaning, to withdraw liquid gradually from, make empty or dry by drawing off liquid. There are many things that are good when they are drained, like pimples, boils, or abscesses. We want these things to be drained. And then, of course, there are things that are not so good when they are drained, our energy, the battery, our blood. So we may experience something that feels energetically draining and therefore increases the pressure of overwhelm and exhaustion, or we could feel something drained out that releases the pressure in a way that actually increases our vitality, life force, or optimism. The Sun and the South Node are also conjunct the fixed star Spica, which has the simple meaning of a gift, according to Bernadette Brady in her book, Brady's Book of Fixed Stars. And so I can't help but think that whatever is drained or is a drain, or goes down the drain, as the idiom says, will be a gift. It will be interesting to find out how people experience this transit. If you feel comfortable, please share in the comments. So this energy will be felt all day on Wednesday and into the weekend as the Sun conjoins, crosses over, and passes the South Node. After this perfects on Wednesday, we have a few more transits for the day. The moon forms a quincunx to Jupiter in Taurus retrograde at 2:35 p.m., followed by a semi-square from the moon in Sagittarius to Pluto in Capricorn at 3:14 p.m. So the afternoon could feel odd or like you can't believe your good fortune with the moon's aspect to Jupiter, but the doors don't feel quite open yet. Then in the late evening, the moon in Sagittarius forms a trine to Chiron in Aries at 11:13 p.m., followed by the Sun in Libra perfecting a quincunx to Neptune in Pisces retrograde. So we could feel more at home and at peace with the trine to Chiron, but also like we are still experiencing confusion, chaos, and disillusionment with the plotline or mission of our lives. Again, art, music, and movement may help ease the feelings of discomfort or confusion. Maybe by painting your feelings, you will be able to see in the future, once this quincunx has passed, the deeper meaning or the metaphor that is trying to find an expression during this time. Another way to see yourself when you are lost in a cloud of Neptune is to take a video of yourself and then watch it with an open heart and mind. What do you notice? What do you see that you did not realize you felt? On Thursday, the moon will be in Sagittarius until the evening when she will ingress into Capricorn. Thursday starts out with Mercury in Libra conjoining the South Node in Libra at 1:34 a.m. So this is mentally trying to understand the meaning of the drain in your life. Mercury is also closely tied to Venus right now, and that they are both in each other's sign and have mutual reception. So there could be the feeling like we are mentally doing something that benefits something Venusian or vice versa. I know for myself, I have gotten more into the nitty-gritty details of my health and wellness, a very Venus and Virgo sort of thing, like how much to work out and which exercises to do to achieve the desired results, as well as how much water am I drinking, how many health foods am I consuming, how many hours of sleep, etc. So I am paying attention to all of these small details that make up the whole of good health, but it is from the standpoint of wanting to be more healthy on the inside that will make me look more healthy on the outside, another very Venus and Virgo thing. This all takes a great amount of mental attention, which Mercury in Libra is providing. Another thing I have noticed is that I am taking ballroom dance lessons and have started focusing on technique and style, rather than just the steps. The technique and style will make the movements look more elegant, smooth, and beautiful, very Venusian things. But since I am just learning, I am spending a lot of time thinking about what I am doing with my body, very mercurial. I find this combination of archetypes and their mutual reception fascinating. So after Mercury conjoins the South Node on Thursday, which could represent a deeper reflection on where we feel things are being drained out or going down the drain, or knowledge from the past resurfacing, then the moon forms a semi-square to Mars in Scorpio at 3:47 a.m., followed by the moon in Sagittarius, making a quincunx to Uranus in Taurus retrograde. This could represent people getting a little bit pissed off about delays or hiccups. Something unexpectedly doesn't go our way on Thursday morning. And it could feel a little bit tense and aggravating, like your morning workout getting interrupted by a sudden phone call that you have to take, and then you don't have any more time to finish your workout before you have to go to work. Just roll with it and stay positive. There will be more time later to do the things that got interrupted. Then at 10:11 a.m., Mercury in Libra perfects a quincunx to Neptune in Pisces retrograde, and this may feel weird, surreal, or fantastical. It is hard to think clearly with this transit, and it is easy to feel confused, lost, or like you have a serious case of brain fog. In the afternoon, the moon in Sagittarius forms a square to Neptune in Pisces retrograde at 1:52 p.m., followed by a sextile to Mercury and then the Sun by 3:02 p.m. This is like you get a very distinct sign from the universe, and then you feel a sense of clarity and purpose, which is nice because you've been feeling so lost lately. In the evening, the moon makes a sesquiquadrate to Jupiter in Taurus retrograde, and then Venus forms frustrating aspects to the nodes at 5:21 p.m. So it's like your fortune is changing, and you can see the bigger picture unfolding, but it's not happening as fast as you'd like it, and you may get grumpy or critical about it, overanalyzing things. At 9:54 p.m., the moon ingresses into Capricorn, the sign of her detriment. The Capricorn moon is a time of getting stuff done, being very pragmatic, to the point, and not wasting any time being indecisive. The first transit that the Capricorn moon will make, and the last transit of Thursday, is a sextile to Saturn in Pisces, indicating that we feel centered, grounded, and secure in whatever actions, projects, or disciplines we are embarking on. This is a positive yet serious transit that means we have the possibility to use our resources wisely and efficiently. Let's move on to the card for the day. What is the guidance for today? And there I was, surrounded. On this card, we see a large flower amongst many small flowers. On the bottom of the card, it says, and there I was, surrounded. The little book that comes with the deck says, quote, surrounded by the various and sometimes bizarre creatures of nature, I received a message. It said, you and the earth are one, unquote. Feeling surrounded could mean many things. Surrounded by love, support, comfort, surrounded by loss, strife, challenges, surrounded and trapped, surrounded and overwhelmed, surrounded and supported, surrounded and held, surrounded by trees, ocean, or flowers like on this card. You and the earth are one reminds me of the saying, as above, so below, as within, so without. Recently, I have started wearing reading glasses to read books, and also recently, I started taking my vitamins again and noticed that I am not reaching for my glasses as often. I feel this is directly due to my vitamins, which led me to this thought yesterday that in addition to taking my vitamins regularly, which I always hope that I do, I need to eat foods that are good for the eyes. And I immediately thought about how foods often contain clues in their shape or form that tells us what they are good for. If you cut a carrot, the inside looks like an eye, and everyone knows that carrots are good for the eyes because of the beta-carotene. So we can use this idea to target an area of our body just by looking at the food and eating things that look like the body part we want to target. As within, so without. It's so stupidly simple. Here's an article that shows some examples of this. As the sun conjoins the south node today and Mercury gets closer and closer to conjoining the sun, we may have these types of simple epiphanies that in retrospect seem so stupidly obvious, like our world is that literal that we can support our eyesight just by eating foods that look like eyes. And as this card indicates, we may feel suddenly surrounded by this ancient and wise knowledge. This may be an invitation to literally stop and look around and see what surrounds you, and take a moment to reflect on your findings. Let me know what you find in the comments. I hope this is helpful. Until tomorrow, AstroMommy. All 12 zodiac patches are available in the family Etsy shop, Metaphysical Flamingo. Thank you for reading or listening to the Daily Horoscope. Quick links and resources can be found at the bottom of the newsletter. Today's card was pulled from Morgan's Tarot, available on Amazon. If you seek knowledge and enlightenment, the AstroMommy Newsletter may be right for you. Side effects of reading or listening to the AstroMommy Newsletter are common and include joy, jubilation, delight, happiness, gratitude, love, triumph, feeling in tune with the universe, experiencing deep insights, reflections, and contemplations, a lightened soul, a lighter step, feeling awake when others are asleep, illuminated, enlightened, having spiritual experiences, noticing repeating numbers, animals in nature, or songs on the radio that speak to you, getting vibes, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsmelliance, feeling like you know secret language, biophilia, crying tears of joy, emotional literacy, feeling lively, stable, exalted, having an auric glow, or feeling like you woke up on the right side of the bed have all been reported. If you purchase anything through the affiliate links that I provide in the newsletters, I will make a very small commission. Thanks for listening.